This is another one of those questions that can spark an argument, which one's better, Milestone or XP? But they're both really good. They both can tell a story in different ways. With Milestone, people have to go through more, but once they complete that arc, they slay that final enemy, they don't see the XP go up, but they feel accomplished because they just killed this major story beat villain. XP, however, every monster you kill, you can feel yourself getting stronger because you see that XP number go up with every encounter. Both of them can tell a story in a different way. XP can help if it's like a combat heavy campaign. Whenever you kill some of those monsters, you know for a fact they're contributing to a level. Milestone is more for those like story campaigns where there's less combat and more like character driven, like backstory. There's less of a villain, but more of a like world problem. Take Pinocchio for example. There's no real villains in in that movie because it's just the idea of doing bad things, but it's not really bad. That would be like overcoming each one of those problems with like say smoking or something like that. That would be like continuously getting you better to like the ending of it because you're going through each one of these milestones. XP is more something like Moana, because in Moana, every single one of those monsters they fight, Tamatoa or the little coconut heads, they defeat these enemies, and once they escape, they learn a bit more about the ocean. Well, Moana does, not Maui. And this is all to say that each one they help tell the story you want, but is one of them better than the other? There's a video on YouTube between Matthew Mercer and Brennan Lee Mulligan, both great DMs, talking about which one is better. In Matthew Mercer's eyes, he prefers XP because, like I said, you can visibly see yourself get stronger. But in Brennan Lee Mulligan's eyes, specifically in his own words, he says, "You finally defeat that villain, and you climb the top of this peak and find the hammer of destiny. And as you grab it, you level up." They both feel rewarding in their own ways. They both do this in different ways. Gotta find some other words to use it. Frickin' can't. In my eyes, Milestone is the better of the two because you don't have to specifically hand out this amount of XP. You're not having to constantly plan encounters. People can just spend time planning to assault a town or a goblin camp, and they could get XP from it because they were planning for all this time. But once they go defeat it, maybe they don't level because there's something right after it, and they'll level from that because you can decide when that milestone will kick in. XP, they won't really get XP for planning for it, but if they go kill that goblin camp, maybe they'll level up because there's enough goblins there. But it feels like there's something missing when you do both of them. Milestone, you're some of that excitement of the encounters knowing that you'll get some XP, you won't really get that because there's no actual XP in Milestone. But in XP, you're just waiting to go through another combat to slowly build up that bar. And maybe after 3 or 4 sessions, you're only 3/4 of the way there, and you might have to go through 2 more just to level. So it could be excitement, or you could just be waiting for that next level to hit. In either case, you're really just waiting, but they both make you wait in different ways. I prefer Milestone because you know that no matter what you do, it will be coming soon-ish. In XP, the DM can just hand out the XP for like if you lockpick a chest or you avoid an encounter, the DM can still give you XP so that you know what you just did contributes something to the story. Oh, excuse me, just thanks episode. In Milestone, you're not sure if what you just did will contribute to the story. Like, in the campaign I'm currently in, we had to go to a keep to clear it out of enemies, and once we went there, we got destroyed. So we ran and we had to gather some supplies and go back. And once we finally defeated it that second time, barely, we were able to then go to the second part underneath it and get the and finally defeat what was under there, which was just a couple more enemies. But once we did that, we cleared out that keep and we were able to level up because we completed something big. But you can complete something big in XP, and if you didn't get enough XP to level, then you just did this very big important thing and it didn't really mean enough to level. When I say that they both tell the story in a different way, they do. If you personally like to run Milestone or XP, specifically XP, then don't let me stop you. I'm just a guy on the internet. You don't gotta listen to me. But you don't have to change how you play the game just so you can make it statistically better. You just have to run it to the way that you want to. Not looking straight at the camera, I just realized. Everyone plays D&D differently. Don't let me stop you from how you enjoy playing it. Everyone enjoys it in different ways. And in the end, really, they're both just as good as each other. They both bring a different kind of flair to the table and to the story. Thank you for watching. One more thing, I will be streaming on Wednesday at 1 p.m. I will be putting together some Warhammer figures. My Twitch channel name is the same as my YouTube, Debates and Discussions. Come on down to just watch me put together some maze, and I'll talk to you guys about any questions you may have about D&D, my channel, me, or Warhammer. And I hope to see you there.